Alright, so it's good to be back with Big B here, back in the stew. So I guess we could jump right into the damn toast. So, who wants to actually, Dante, would you like to do your bit? My co-host.
I miss being called
Let me know. I mean, I can put.
I love slaves and miss slavery. I ain't gonna lie.
Slavery was better than this, man.
Remember, Harriet Tubman said I could have freed 1,000 more if they knew they were slaves.
I thought about putting monkey sound there. I thought that was too much.
You
I let the drop.
He's giving some strong apes. I said, call me monkey. And we had that whole conversation last week about monkeys and apes, and none of y'all can figure out a famous monkey for a minute. I kept naming apes.
Oh.
We got to a poo. Not a poo, a boo.
Oh.
Encourage George.
Donnie. No, Darwin from
Wild you have a tail?
Wait, that's the difference? Oh, I know.
That's what it is. Monkeys have tails, apes don't.
Oh, Goku.
Huh.
Wow. This nigga
Goku.
Nah, don't give him the honor of being Goku.
Goku has a tail, no.
Yeah, don't give him that
I'm a
honor.
monkey. But nah, wait, they became saying ape. You know what? Now get into another conversation about apes, the Dragon Ball Z.
Who wants to give a damn toast first?
Yo, I'll go first. Because I don't know when I'm gonna end up hating this nigga again.
Okay.
Shout out to LeBron James. So, I'm gonna start with that one.
Why do you hate LeBron James?
He plays for the Lakers. I could end up hating him. I'm just saying down the line. So, I'll make sure I give him
I reserve the right.
I reserve the right to hate him later. But I'm gonna give him a toast right now. So, shout out to LeBron James and the Lakers because they are keeping social justice in the front of their minds during the NBA playoffs, and they wore the "Make America Arrest the Cops Who Killed Breonna Taylor" hats. Now, I'll give him the caveat of the MAGA hat trend needs to die. Stop trying to pimp out MAGA hats. They're terrible hats. Yeah, like even if you put a good message on there, bro. Even if you put a good message on there about Breonna Taylor, and I understand that arrest the cops, kill Breonna Taylor, really important. Those hats are just terrible. They need to go away. But that being said, shout out to him. Shout out to the Lakers for trying to do their part to help social justice issues stay in the front of people's minds during this time when we're looking at sports and we have other things back. So definitely shout out to LeBron for that, and he always tries to take a leadership position with these type of things. So definitely want to give him a toast for that.
I agree with that. I like that. I feel like the NBA has been part of the most. It's probably the most woke league.
Nah, WNBA.
WNBA. Yeah.
Okay, outside of that one owner, WNBA.
Sorry. I was about to say major league, but
I mean, sure, yeah. Them NBA has the same tier.
Yeah,
they both really do a lot. So
wait, WNBA, but
well, basketball in general.
WNBA was always making big, loud statements, and they were actually doing stuff because NBA has rules like you can't. Up until now, you couldn't kneel during the end of shit. WNBA was doing stuff I can't think of the top of my head, but I remember WNBA was always.
The first thing I remember is when the Clippers wore their.
that
was a specific example because that was directed toward them.
Yeah, I got you. My bad. I got to think of something.
That was a wild time, by the way.
Bro, the fact that happened in the last 10 years just shows how much stuff has happened.
So
last
much.
5, actually.
So much.
I mean,
my bad. Go ahead.
What's your next goddamn toast?
I can get mine. Mine's gonna be to Queen B, Beyonce. I'm gonna get mine.
What did she do?
I don't know if y'all seen Black is King on.
You late?
I'm not late, but you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to give recognition. You know what I'm saying?
It was good.
Recognition to
My girl loves
Beyonce.
Beyonce. You already know that.
I know my girl loves Beyonce too. But it was a great documentary. I think the biggest thing is
wait, it's a documentary?
I mean, not a documentary. It's like a set of
music
music
videos.
videos.
Real, he's stupid.
Oh, because I watched
It was a great music. I'm sorry, not documentary.
It was really like a music video to the Lion King album that came out.
Yeah, it was
with real people and.
I'm gonna watch.
it's amazing.
Some parallels.
Great imagery. Made me want to watch the other Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I think the biggest thing sometimes we say or people say about Beyonce is that she doesn't support black culture as much as I guess people would like, and that's always a missing target with me.
I mean, yeah, that's a reach, but people do say it.
She don't move the goalpost with Beyonce every time she does
right.
something.
So anytime there's like a black kid unfortunately getting gunned down, and they're just like, Beyonce, please come. I'm like, dude, she obviously
come wave your magic
wand
and
make racism go away. It's like, nah, bruh, it's a process.
The think pieces on that.
But again, I think that just shows another layer of her love for black people and her own culture. So it's gonna be my shout out.
Shout out to the Queen.
Shout out to the Queen.
Darren, you got yours?
Yeah, I got mine. I'm gonna shout out. I just finished No Limit documentary, so I want to shout out Master P.
Bad.
Person
You
that
bad.
body.
I was playing that in my car. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to them. I really just wanted to, like, we all know, like, well, we were aware of what Master P was doing, like, all that time with the clothing brand, like, with all this artists, and him being an artist himself and CEO of an all-black-owned record label. But, like, it took me watching that documentary just to see how many, like, this dude was like an octopus, man. He had his hands on, like, everything. Everything from, like playing in the NBA while also building up his artists. Wrestling too. I saw that too. He had the No Limit wrestling. I forgot what station it was on.
No Limit Soldiers.
Yeah, No
And
Limit.
they paid him like $1 million in appearance. I'm sorry,
They did.
That was a good ass deal.
That was good. That was good. So he really like cashed out in like every artist.
Romeo chips.
Right.
Rat sacks.
Rap sacks.
Those are some good ass.
Them
chips.
little
They all
Romeo
good.
chips.
They solid. I love them little honey barbecue.
Yes.
You gotta find your flavor.
That's
They also have cup of noodles now.
Yeah, he got his own.
Them just probably go.
I heard they were bad. Well, I read somebody tweet they're bad.
But dude is like the definition of an entrepreneur. And even like No Limit Sports, I didn't even know about that piece of it. And like this was in like the late 90s. Like, so you think like when you see Rock Nation, like you think Jay-Z kind of had this big, and I salute to Jay-Z too, but Master P really did lay a good foundation for when it comes to that type of stuff and having like kind of just not limiting your revenue stream to one thing, but like constantly building on that and constantly building up your artists. A lot of the artists that I saw in that documentary had nothing but praise for him. Like he looked out for his family. He brought them all the like C Murder and I forget what his other Silk the Shocker. Like those are his brothers. Like that he put on and people from the neighborhood. Like he just put them on. He kept winning money. First thing they got was a car, a house, like
Rolex.
a Rolex, like from the jump. And like a lot of these dudes is getting. We all to this day like artists are still getting screwed over by these deals and not knowing what they signed up for. But him like actually putting the houses in their names and like kind of setting them up for success is just a real salute, man. I mean his rap career wasn't all that long, but I think he focused on the business and his business still going to this day. So salute to him, man.
And let's give him credit because he built an entire rap empire and he was a terrible rapper.
Right.
Like his song, Bad About is a great song, but I mean like him in general, terrible rapper. Like outside of Mystical and Snoop Dogg, their whole label really wasn't good to me, so I am really impressed by how they built that joint up. Shout out to all them niggas, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I was watching a documentary and I thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a documentary yet, but yeah, like basically all the things we give credit for 50 Cent for and all. Master P did all that a while ago. It's just I think he's kind of like he might not be like a big national star, but like locally, he's like one of those just like gigantic local stars.
Right.
Like he got a lot of money, and he was making money.
He bought his projects. He bought his projects and rebuilt them. That's actually like a really dope thing.
That's the thing. Like he might not have had the rap career maybe he wanted to, but
No,
damn, dude, like he really basically used rap to flip it into all we said sports, wrestling, clothing.
Go listen to a seat at the table, and you can get the whole
I'm about to say,
story.
like, laid it out on the salon job.
And the biggest thing is this dude turned down like $1 million deals like when he was first really hot, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna build my own," and he ended up building his own. So salute.
I'm about to say, I mean, people get 50 Cent like 50 Cent did great things. But I think Master P is second only to Jay-Z. He might be better than Jay-Z. Jay-Z might have had more opportunities.
Probably follow the blueprint.
There's also a lot of niggas that hate Jay-Z.
Yeah,
I think there are fewer niggas that hate Master P.
Master P, but yeah, Master P. I mean, Lil Ron made a TV show on Nickelodeon.
And I did too.
So I mean, shout out to them.
I used to love my P Miller basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Nigga hit up that TJ.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. I remember as a kid, I knew that Master P was a rapper, but I didn't know any of his songs. I just I didn't know his name one song as a kid, but you know, it was a big deal. But all right, so I'm gonna get my toast real quick so we can get to the topic. I'm gonna give my toast to hopefully Vice President elect Kamala Harris, who's gonna be Joe Biden's running mate.
Shout out to Joe Budden.
Shout out to Joe Budden too. He's a good podcast. But Kamala Harris, she was selected by Joe Biden after a long, drawn out process. It's really good. Just had the DNC this past weekend. Gave a good speech. I'm excited. You know, historically, like the VP pick is usually not that like I think I was reading something like the VP pick really doesn't do much for like a candidate who you pick. It more so like it might give you a boost in that person's state, like whatever state they're from. But like Kamala Harris, just I mean, I think this VP pick is going to be one of the biggest ones we've had in a long while. Just because she's the first black VP candidate, well, at least to be an actual election, first Asian American, first woman, and all that. And yeah, this is a really big deal. It's a good pick. I mean, because Joe Biden, he struggles kind of with not struggles, but his numbers of younger demographics not that great. So maybe this can help. I know some people feel some type of way about Kamala Harris because she used to be a prosecutor, but I think it's a positive thing, and I think it's
during racial reform.
Yeah, and I mean, you can nitpick whatever. I think no candidate is perfect, but I think this is a really good choice, and I'm really really excited about it, and launch her political career. It's good to have more black faces in high places, and that's exciting because I mean this election. Watching Joe Biden.
I told you I can get nigga do it.
Watching Joe Biden speak, I'm not gonna lie,
it's just rough.
It's not he's a bad speaker. It's hard for me to get through.
It's hard to get through, man.
You be excited, and having Kamala there, it kind of gives you something to oh, this is cool. So
and let us not forget, Joe Biden's he could die any day.
that too.
But I think the biggest thing with Joe Biden is that I know his heart's in the right place. It's just the words that's coming out his mouth.
I be that.
Coming out at the same time.
I think he's just a career politician, and also I've read way more about him as a person. His whole career, he has been overcoming odds.
He's been through hell too.
I mean, he had a sad life, but not even just above the tragedy. Just his whole life, basically, people have been telling him he's stupid.
Yeah, star too.
And he's stupid and dumb, and that's why he gets so defensive about certain things. I think
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, basically he's trying to tell me I'm not stupid. Now instead of you're not stupid or you're too old. So now I think he's just very defensive about that. And I think having Kamala Harris is kind of just again, she has her critics, but I mean. Again, Twitter's not real life, so I think in general, her approval rating in real life is actually pretty high. It's higher than Biden's, Trump's, and Pence's. So I think having her is really good for the election, and hopefully all goes well in November. I mean I look at Nate Silver's election forecast every day, and it looks good, but it's in the same place that Hillary was last.
Niggas gotta vote. Niggas just gotta vote.
Please vote, bro.
Hopefully,
next couple of years we can get AOC.
Go vote.
I don't think AOC that. I don't think she'll ever be a real candidate.
Tripping.
She got a while, bro.
I know she got a while, but
it's not even. I don't think she's a bad
viable
candidate. I just don't think most. I think.
You don't think
I just said, Twitter was not real life. I don't think that what she.
How it's people our age, and if you look on the internet, they say, "Yo, we need to get on this socialism tip." If you go ask real world people what socialism is, they'll tell you about Nazis.
Whoa there.
That's the hard part.
Whoa there,
but that was Bernie's biggest block is that niggas didn't understand socialism and things like
they
that.
Thought it because they think it's too radical.
You gotta remember, it's not just your party. She can rally up her party, but can she rally up some of the Republicans?
Well, the thing is, AOC can't even rally
her whole party. Yeah.
If you notice at the DNC, she only spoke for 60 seconds.
And everybody got pissed.
And for Bernie,
That's because John had to fucking say Bernie. That's the
no, I get that. I'm not saying, but when she only spoke for 60 seconds. John Kasich is a Republican, and they talked for 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, because they wanted other Republicans to fucking vote. I mean, when the fuck you ever had a Republican and a DNC before?
They look at AOC as just a fringe. Oh, this is what those loud, super progressive people.
Yeah,
we have to include her because she's face.
But the thing is that y'all understand that we are currently impacting this election, but our generation is going to impact future elections.
I don't even know if all people our age bang with AOC like that.
Yo,
Twitter does.
Twitter does. You saw people our age getting on for saying that Bernie thing because they didn't really understand why she did it. It's
not everybody is that left leaning. Twitter might make you think that, but
moderacy is very popular.
I don't know. But maybe, who knows? We'll be in a couple years. But
in a couple years, it could be AOC versus a QAnon conspiracy. So we don't know.
Honestly,
that's how QAnon ladies want to Congress.
Yes, that might be what 2024 looks like. I'm not. This really deep.
QAnon, that's scary.
But yeah.
And the president believes it.
I mean, yeah, because basically their whole thing is that if you don't know what QAnon is, I don't even know if we should Google it, but it's a conspiracy that like the right wing people. Basically, if you believe in all this child sex trafficking shit, the Wayfair thing, this is where this shit comes from. This QAnon shit that some weirdo Trump person made up in their basement. So like, be careful with that.
It's like on the same level as Pizzagate.
Yes, it's all that same Pizzagate.
No, I think it's even lower than that.
No, but it's
yeah, I got it.
I thought that what they thought that she what was going on at the pizzeria.
It's
There
all
was sex traffic women.
Sex trafficking women
that
that shit
down there.
Why
You're so far away.
I mean, that was they was talking.
I mean, I'm just
Y'all don't know what Pizzagate is, niggas? Say
no, I just want you to, I want the audience.
I want you to get up on it, bro. Get up on it.
Put your lips on the
Nasty.
mic.
Get up on it.
Damn, that's smooth.